Hey everybody, welcome to CrazyTechLab, and I'm here today for one purpose, which is to tell you guys why I think that this is the best PC case out there right now. Now, it comes from a company called HYTE, which you may or may not have heard of, and it is the Y70 Touch. And again, some of you out there probably already know what this case is and why it's so special. Now, comes with a pretty high price tag. It's around $350, but that is primarily because of this gorgeous high resolution touchscreen at the front. But that's not the reason why we're looking at it today. Sure, it's gorgeous, you can do lots of things with it, but the rest of the case is what makes this particular product very special. It's very, very well thought out in lots and lots of different areas. So we're gonna be running through those areas today in a very quick video, just showcasing the Y70 Touch. And even better is if you haven't got $350 to spend on this particular case, HYTE is now offering a non-touchscreen version, which just has a wraparound glass panel instead. And that can be had for a little over $250. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to look at this case today, because I just look at it every time I look at it, I think I need to tell people about this thing, because yes, lots of other people have reviewed it and done system builds with it. I'm just here today just to tell you guys how incredible it is for lots and lots of different reasons. So just super, super impressive, and I just want to explain my reasoning behind that. And I don't say that it's the best case out there lightly. I've reviewed probably hundreds, if not thousands of cases in my time over my last 20 years as a technology journalist. So it's something that's very, very interesting when a case just suddenly crops up and you think, wow, that just looks great in so many different ways. So that's it from the intro. Thanks for watching today's video, and hopefully you find it informative, and maybe you even click one of the links down in the description below to go and buy either the Y70 or the Y70 Touch as well. So that's it from the intro. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let's crack on with the video. So here we are with the Y70 Touch then, and I'm going to show you just why I think this is my favorite case out there right now. So first and foremost, we do have this fabulous touchscreen, but for now I've actually left the system vacant because I kind of need to do that to show you all the features in all their glory. So we haven't got the touchscreen up and loaded, but there are plenty of videos out there right now which I can put on just to show you what it's capable of. It's absolutely huge, it's high resolution, and just looks absolutely amazing. So what we'll do first is just open up the large side panel. And the first thing I love about this case is that you basically don't need any tools really, unless you are installing your hardware obviously, but all of the panels just pop off. Pretty much everything is tool free. That's the first reason why I love it. And just to show you, gonna go up the top here, pop this panel off as well, and everything just comes off. And another thing I love about this case is this really unique vent design. So it's fairly efficient, but it just looks absolutely amazing. And the one thing I really like is that they've managed to include it everywhere in the case. So you've got it down in the base here, and also on the rear panel. How cool does that look? Absolutely love that design. And here, the back panel as well, just pops off, no tools required, but it still stays on hard enough to keep those cables at bay. But as you see in a minute, you won't be needing to worry about any of the cables either. So we've got those panels off, and we're going to flick round to the main chamber, because of course this thing has two chambers. And first and foremost, I just love the fact that you can fit a graphics card in here and in a vertical mount, but it's still miles away from the side panel. And just to prove that point, here I've got probably the biggest graphics card that I've ever seen, which is the Palette GameRock RTX 4090, and we are going to now put that into this case and just see how much space we've actually got left on the between the graphics card and the side panel. So that's the graphics card installed, and just look at how much space, even with a massive triple slot graphics card such as this one. It's actually slightly deeper than triple slot. You still have a good 2 inches between the side of the case and the graphics card. So I can actually prove that to you now. We're just going to pop the side panel back on and see just the amount of space that we're dealing with here. So that graphics card looks absolutely lost in there. And that's one of the biggest graphics cards I've ever seen. So just absolutely love this case for that reason. And obviously you have plenty of PCI expansion slots on the rear as well, so you can move your graphics card and the included riser cable backwards and forwards as you see fit. So just going to get my graphics card out of there. I also love the design of the riser cables. So this thing, riser cables are never the most attractive things on the planet, so I just like that HYTE has not just included a cover for the highly unattractive cable, but it's actually got a little logo on there as well. So just little bits of attention to detail really impress with this case. Now, if we go up the top, we can see that there's a large area here for either 280mm radiators or 360mm radiators. And the best thing about this thing is that it is removable, so you can actually remove it to mount your fans and or radiators to it and then pop it back into the case. This is a feature I always love seeing in a case, but it's just so easy to deal with this thing because it's just got thumb screws on the top which are easily removable, and then you've just got some pins here that hold it in place. So not just, I mean, it's obviously a feature that's included in lots of cases, but here it's just so easy to use it. And that's something that a lot of other radiator and fan mounts that are removable just don't have. So moving around the case, another thing I love about it is the fact that HYTE has assumed that you're going to be having this thing on your desk. I would hope that you do, because why else would you be buying a $350 case to have it sat on the floor? And it has included the front panel connectors down at the bottom, which is exactly where I would have them as well. So flipping everything else around, and another thing I do like is that you can remove the front panel section if you need to. Obviously there's no real reason why you might want to do that. It doesn't really gain anything unless you're wanting to put in a distribution plate for your water cooling or something like that, or just to make your life a bit easier from handling things inside the case, a bit more room. We've got another side fan mount for radiators and those kind of things there. And while I like the design that NZXT has added recently with angled fans, that did really restrict the radiator compatibility with that case, but not so here. You've pretty much got unlimited radiator clearance all the way through, so you can fit massive radiators and a couple of rows of fans if you want to. So now we're looking at some of my favorite features with this case. So to start with are these big rubber grommets that you've got for cable routing down here. I love these things because first and foremost, rubber grommets always fall out, but these things are really tough. They're large, they're made of really thick rubber, they are fixed in place. I've built a couple of systems inside this thing already and they have stayed fast, but they still work in terms of giving you an easy way to route your cables and to kind of hide them from view in the main chamber as well. So other things I love about this case are the massive Velcro cable anchors down here. So your power supply obviously goes this way, and what you can do is just stow a lot of the spare cables down here like that, and there are more ties in the box as well. So another thing we've got are the hard disk mounts up here. So something that a lot of cases like this do forget is that people do still use hard disks, and these, you don't lose any water cooling support. You're not limited on space anywhere else. They've put it exactly where they need to put it. In fact, the only real sort of wasted space in this case is in this area up here. But even here, you've actually got more of those big cable tiding grommets that sit in there, just allowing you to hide all those cables and to have them neatly routed through the case. So with the hard disk mount, the only downside to having that there is that it does cover the CPU area cutout, which is potentially a bit of an issue if you have your hard disk in there and you want to remove your cooler. But unlike some other cases that we've got, this thing is actually removable, so you can always get at your CPU cooler backplate if you need to remove it for whatever reason. So that is pretty much my take on this case. I absolutely love it for so many different reasons, and it's definitely the case that I would pick for my own PC if I needed a full-size ATX case. But thankfully, HYTE also has a mini-ITX case that we're going to be looking at very, very soon here on the channel. So that's it for the video today. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the Y70 Touch and the Y70 as well, because we do have a cheaper version without the touchscreen out there that costs about $100 less than the model that we've got here today. And I still stand by my point of view that this is the best case out there right now. Just overall, it's not amazing in one particular area, like it doesn't just offer the best cooling or the best value or the best aesthetics. There are other cases out there that probably top it in one or two areas, but it's pretty much non-existent a case that tops it in all of those areas. This just does a lot of things very, very well. And for me, with the touchscreen thrown in as well, a high resolution touchscreen, it's definitely worth the money. And it is probably the case that I would use if I was building a massive air-cooled or water-cooled PC. Again, it's not that big, but for me, it's just a little bit too large. I prefer mini-ITX. But thankfully, there are lots of different amazing cases from HYTE out there right now as well. We're going to be doing a comparison between the tried and tested Y60 and NZXT's H6 as well. We're going to be doing a comparison between those two to see which one you should buy, because they're actually very, very similar. And we are also going to be looking at a very, very interesting mini-ITX case from HYTE as well. So that's going to be something I'm very looking forward to, because I opened the box on a case that I should probably have looked at a while ago, and I was absolutely blown away by this thing. So you'll definitely want to subscribe to my channel and keep watching for that video. Today though, don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts on these things, especially with quite a kind of like a fairly potent question that I've asked today. Do you think that the HYTE Y70 Touch is the best case out there right now? Do you have any other opinions on cases? So love hearing your thoughts. Don't forget to comment and like on this video as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to have your support. It just means I can keep doing videos like this and all the other stuff that I'm doing at the moment. So thanks to HYTE for sending over this case, and I'll be back very, very soon with lots more interesting videos. Catch you soon.